The TDC hopes to turn this property into something like this. Think more parking and the potential for development. Now it feels like another wave is coming through. You can see the rain starting to pick up in the wind. Now our suspicions correct. You can see glass shards, bullet holes, and evidence markers from that shooting. You see police markers lining the street of Flower Avenue. We're actually in the new building right now, and here's a little layout of what it looks like. It is 18,000 square feet. We had some strong winds earlier, we had some rain earlier, but it's remained mostly mild throughout the afternoon and into the evening. And the goal is to give people plenty of time to get down here to the Supervisor of Elections office. Any sort of shade structure, whether it's a baby tent or a canopy, has to be 30 feet or about 10 strides from the water's edge. Now they plan to put the road across from Fairway Circle. However, there's a lift station here right now. They tore down the old campus and built a brand new campus in its place, putting in new technology like this board, so you're playing outside with these Pokemon in real life. So while the bus driver is watching the kids, the sheriff's office will be watching you. The FWC is looking to potentially cancel the harvest season for 2016 for scallops. Now this is a big deal obviously here in Gulf County. They're posted on either side of private beaches here in Seaside, and they say you have to have a wristband to be on this portion of the beach.
Tourist development councils are working to correct misinformation after an Atlanta meteorologist got on the airwaves yesterday saying some panhandle beaches were closed and infected with a flesh-eating bacteria. News 13's Maggie Solomon joins us live from Panama City Beach. Maggie, Bay County had satisfactory tests from the health department.
They did, Amy, and the health department here in Bay County says the waters are completely safe. Now, over in Walton County, 2 beaches were given that health advisory, one of which has since been rescinded. Now, I need you to keep in mind, Atlanta is the top market for tourism as far as Panama City Beach and South Walton, and this is the kind of misinformation that can spread quickly. On the eve of one of the busiest weekends of the year.
It's a wonderful day in South Walton. This is Brooke.
South Walton is fielding a ton of calls and questions.
We had a lot of calls to our partners and to our hotels and lodging accommodations, people trying to get the facts.
Facts concerning this, a sign warning people of a health advisory on 2 of Walton County's beaches, Blue Mountain Beach and Miramar Beach.
2 beaches had bacteria present, and again, there's bacteria present outside every day. But if there's elevated conditions, normal notice is given.
It's a common occurrence, but Wednesday an Atlanta weatherman reported high levels of fecal matter had closed Okaloosa and Walton County beaches, saying the bacteria made it unsafe to swim, calling it, quote, the kind of flesh-eating bacteria. County departments of health test water quality weekly and report the results. If the fecal content is above normal levels, they issue a health advisory, but that doesn't mean the beaches are closed.
I saw last night on Facebook that beaches down here were closed.
Reports swirled from Georgia to Alabama claiming Panhandle beaches were in bad shape, even affecting Bay County, who had no poor beach samplings.
4th of July is the peak of our tourist season. So we did get a number of calls, but I believe most of those folks, when they heard the news, are coming, because everything here is great.
After all is said and done, both Walton and Bay County officials say the beach is open for business.
Certainly, if I had plans to go to the beach this weekend, I wouldn't change them.
Hopefully making 4th of July weekend one of the busiest yet. Now, the television station WSB-TV in Atlanta has since rescinded the original statements and made some clarifications on the science of it all. We did get some updated beach samplings this afternoon. Now, Miramar Beach over in Walton County has since been taken off the health advisory list, but Blue Mountain Beach does remain on there. And Visit South Walton is working to contact all the other media outlets that picked up WSB's original story to correct that information. Back to you guys. Just off Highway 331 in Freeport sits Hair Designs by Sherry.
I've been in business since 1968.
She's been cutting hair here in her childhood home since 1989. And 3 days a week, her and her clients count cars to pass the time.
I've got the windows up so that the customers can watch the traffic.
And do they have plenty to watch?
It's backed up for 4 to 5 hours. Every Saturday.
The highway has been under construction since 2012 as part of the 331 widening project. But starting Wednesday, Sherry's Road is hopefully getting a lot less congested.
We will be removing the barricades and the barrels that are out here, and we'll have 4 lanes of 331 open to traffic from the Choctawhatchee Bay Bridge all the way to State Road 20.
The nearly 5-mile portion of the project is just another major step towards completion.
The promise was to make sure that we could get all of 331 4-laned by 2016, weather permitting, and we're continuing to move towards that deadline to make sure we can finish up towards the end of the year.
The widening of Highway 331 will not only bring ease to drivers, but attract potential businesses as well, something Sherry is eager to see.
This road is one of the things that we've needed for a very long time. We want to see something new come in here. We need it.
In Walton County, Maggie Solomon, News 13. Being ready for an active shooter situation is impossible. Being prepared, that's a different story.
It's muscle memory.
The Bay County Sheriff's Office is spending all month giving sworn officers hands-on experience with lifelike simulations.
Your heart rate's elevated, and it's a stressful situation.
Miss your hands, miss your hands.
We train them to go in, find them, deal with it, and stop the killing.
Deputies are using 3 basic options: pass, hold, or shoot.
You scan the rooms, you identify if there is a threat. If there's not, you move on. That's the pass. If you see somebody in there that has a potential weapon, if you think that is a threat, you address that threat, you hold them. And the person has a weapon in their hand or has proximity to you to injure you or maybe somebody else, that would be a shoot.
So let's put it to the test. Pass, hold, or shoot.
Here we go.
First, go for the immediate threat. That's her. Shoot. Then to the other guys. Their hands are up. But wait, did you miss it? Watch this guy closely. Yeah, that's a gun. Now imagine having to process all of this in just 5 seconds.
That's probably going to be multiplied by 100.
The practice gives law enforcement something to fall back on in case of those high-intensity situations.
There's only 2 types of officers. There's trained and untrained.
Drop the bat, drop the bat.
And that training leaving Bay County more prepared, just in case.